What are components of successful teacher-student interaction in distance learning? I will be examining each article used in researching this topic before arriving at the summary at the end of the presentation. Terzai and Seelig talk about distance learning meaning to reach as many geographically distant students as possible. Students in the distance courses rely in large part on the teacher and student interaction. In this study, email is cited as the most important way for students to communicate with instructors through distance education. This does include submitting assignments and asking questions. The last point they make is that advances in technology will lead to more means of teacher-to-student interaction. Usatati and Hassan begin with bringing up the importance for teachers to meet students' needs in distance learning settings. They specifically examined Moore's transactional distance theory, which deals with cognitive space between learners and instructors in educational settings. From that, they identified two-way communication as a very important aspect of distance learning. This is where the learner and the instructors are interacting with each other and are both transferring information. One of two students surveyed in this study mentioned the LMS as being beneficial, the learning management system, to see feedback on work and the overall quality of their work submitted. Yosek Dag looked at interaction in a distance learning nursing program. She looked at different interactions between students and instructors and came to some conclusions after surveying the students. When asked what specific component of teacher-student interaction was most crucial to them via distance, the students here overwhelmingly demonstrated a desire to be notified by email that their course was complete and that they had met all of the completion requirements. Now, this is looking at an area that doesn't necessarily have the availability in the world of devices that many would be used to, so this can make it hard for some to relate to this scenario. Yuksek Dag talked about the importance of instructors having procedures and being consistent with response time to emails. She mentioned having teachers respond to students' questions or concerns sent as emails and replying to those within a 24-hour period. Abrami, Burrs, and Tamim provided examples from their research of asynchronous and synchronous interaction that have been successfully used in distance learning for teacher-student interaction. Examples of asynchronous interaction within the distance learning realm would be emails and discussion boards, instances where the students and teachers aren't instantly interacting with one another. Synchronous interaction, on the other hand, would be video conferencing and instant chats as two examples. These are all methods of interaction that work. Abrami, Burrs, and Tamim also anticipate more methods of interaction during the next generation to be developed. They mention promotive interactions should be considered in course design by instructional designers as one of four separate principles. Specifically, this means the course designer should value interaction as a crucial component of the course and create activities that allow more interaction between teachers and students and peers to occur. Terry Anderson describes three modes of interaction in his research. They are student to student, teacher to student, and student to content. He talks about videos and animations taking student to teacher interactions and transforming them into more student to content interaction. He talks about the need to enhance multimedia presentations to amplify the quality of teacher to student interaction in distance courses. Anderson also predicts that teachers will be using an increasing amount of forms of technology to interact with students in distance online settings. This includes multimedia presentations that will evolve. In summary, emails were a regular occurrence in these studies and research pieces concerning student-teacher interaction. Some specifics that were shared as key components of this aspect of interaction were having expected response time ranges so that students know when to expect a response to a question via email and provide quality feedback on assignments or inquiries for students. Learning management systems are another component of student-teacher interaction that, based on evidence, have been viewed as beneficial to students and something that they enjoy using for purposes of feedback and to check the quality of their work. Examples of teacher-student asynchronous interactions such as email, which was previously mentioned, and discussion boards and teacher-student synchronous interactions such as live chats and video conferences were mentioned to be methods of teacher-student interactions that work. Finally, multimedia presentations used now and media that will be developed in the future will serve as means for teacher-student communication in distance learning settings to continue to evolve as advancements in technology are made.